What's up, everybody? It's Friday and it's time for some more Gold Rush. And we're back on the old Arnold parcel claim today, but we've got a lot of new changes around here. And last time I think I introduced the bulldozer, but this time we've got a couple more pieces of equipment and lots of other stuff to see. So as you can see, I've got the rock truck now, and I worked pretty hard on getting a bunch of gold built up so you get some money. But in the end, I ended up using the gold cheat just a little bit to help fund the rock truck and the other surprise I got for you over there. But and then we got this wheel loader, which I have gotten stuck. So I'm gonna have to bring something over here to try to unstick it or use the excavator or something. But so anyway, the whole purpose of getting to the rock truck was to get to this big wash plant, and so we've got the big wash plant now. And I tell you what, it takes a lot of dirt to get these mats full of gold-rich material, or catching gold. And so I finally got, well, there's a couple of them there. It's 99%, but it's mostly full. And then they got the duplex jig, which is also catching gold, and so I think it's got some magnetite in it too. They don't have it labeled for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not sure which one's which. I have to run both of them through the wavetable, I suppose. But anyway, so I got a bucket of water. What, did I just knock it over? Is that my water? No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, I guess there's water in there. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get our mats out of here. And we'll take our, let's see, did we get it? Oh, there it is. It got stuck down there. There we go. So a little glitchy right here around this big wash plant, especially with these mats. So we'll just dunk our mats in this water bucket and try to, oops. Maybe I should just hop up in there. This ladder is not very good. Looks like maybe I missed one. Maybe we should have had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I had 6 though. Yeah, I really don't like this right here. This is so glitchy. Look, I can't even get out of here. I don't think it's gonna let me. Well, maybe so. Oh yeah. So they changed that in the last update or two. If there's no gold in there, they won't even let you dunk it in there anymore, which is good. Alright, so let's just finish dunking all this in the water. Yeah, I hate how glitchy it is around this thing. It's hard to get the mats out of there and hard to maneuver around to put them back in place even. Oh, well, it still wouldn't let me. Look, that's crazy. It's just up under there. There we go. Yeah, I thought I had 6 of them. I just guess one of them kind of fell through the bottom. Oh, I gotta get another bucket. Okay. Well, let's go get us some water. But as we're going over there, I'll kind of show you some other stuff. So you've got the trommel, which and all these sluice boxes and stuff, but you got the trommel which rotates, and we'll turn everything on here in just a little bit, but it rotates around and kind of helps break up some of the rocks and stuff. And then you got the conveyor belt, which is where you back up the rock truck to, and you dump all the dirt into this hopper. And then it goes up the conveyor belt into the shaker, and the shaker has water jets and all that stuff. It kind of helps also separate out some of the material, rocks and stuff. And then of course this big gray box is the generator. That was like $69,000 alone right there. Alright, let's try this again. It's about to get dark on us. We may have to go sleep until dawn, but maybe we can get all this done before it gets too dark. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, I wish they would fix that. Oh, that's annoying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, let's see, my truck's back over here. Let's go grab the truck and put these gold buckets in there, and then we'll head over to the wave table and we'll see how much gold we got out of the first cleanup. Oh, I forget I changed that, or that's different. Park and brake is B on this truck. Everything else is A. Yeah, I was thinking that it would go a bit faster than this, which is why I have the this little trailer I bought over here. I was going to offload these buckets into the trailer, but that takes a while to get those things to fill up. I mean, I ran several truckloads of dirt through here, and I'm only at 80% on one of them buckets. And it took a while for these mats to get filled up too. Alright, let's go see what we got. Now let's see, I'm thinking that with this I may have to actually run it through this magnetite separator first. Let's go ahead and do that, because with this setup, I think I mean, I'm not certain, but I think this duplex jig down here, I think it's separating out gold and magnetite. I'm not for certain about that, but let's go ahead and run it through the magnetite separator. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Okay, so let's get everything turned on. We're going to need our water pump and our generator. And let's get our magnetite separator plugged in. Alright, now let's run this through and see what happens. Okay, so it didn't do anything. Oh no. Oh, I didn't turn it on. There it goes. Whew. Thought I'd lost everything. I forgot to turn it on. Oh wow, 100%. Okay, so if it's 100% and that didn't do anything, that 81% for the magnetite, that didn't budge, so we don't have to run it through there. Okay. So let me just stop that, and let's hook our wavetable back up. We should get a bunch. We had 27 ounces, so there's already about 2. There's 3. Oh, well, that wasn't much at all. Hmm. There's 1. Hmm. Wow, that's pretty pathetic. Because on Gold Rush, on some of the smaller, uh, uh, wash plants on the TV show, I mean, on a bad time, on a bad cleanup, I mean, they're getting a good bit. So I don't know. That seems awfully low to me. Well, if that's the case, it's probably not even worth it running it through the big wash plant. Might as well use the mobile wash plants and do it that way. But, you know, we'll see what happens with the buckets whenever they get filled up. So I guess we'll just continue to go up and do it again. Yep, that's not very good at all. Alright, well, I'm going to go over to the little trailer. Let's get us some sleep, and we'll come back at dawn. That way we got some sunlight to work with, and then we'll get everything fired up, and I'll run it through a few truckloads through. You can kind of see how that process works. Alright. So what I decided to do, I do need to come in here and do some dozing, because we've kind of made a mess of this area right here in front of the big wash plant, and there's a couple other little areas where I was working with the mobile wash plants where I kind of dug out and made some big holes and stuff. But what I'm going to try to do is where I've got the excavator on the other side, you can see I've already dug out a good bit over there. Well, I'm just going to try to work all the way down this shelf, all the way down to the end till I can't go anymore, and then probably we'll be looking at doing some major either dozing or moving to the different part of the claim or something. But for right now, let me see if I can get up this side of this thing. I've been successful a couple times just kind of going up sideways like that, but there we go. So we'll get the excavator fired up, and I like using this bucket cam. That's a pretty nice view. Now this excavator doesn't fill this rock chuck up very fast, so I've got to make a bunch of scoops to fill it up. In fact, if you get a full scoop, you see that first one was 6%. That's about what you get. I think occasionally I've gotten 7, but most of the time it's just 6% to fill up the rock truck. So you gotta fill it up, or you gotta take several scoops to get it filled up. I have not heard anything lately either about another update for this game. They should be coming out with another update, I would think, fairly soon. They've got, I think, most of the major bugs. I believe there's, major problems and stuff. I think that's fixed now. They've added a few little, things here or there, but for the most part, they said they're just concentrating on working on bugs, getting those fixed. And once they got all that done, they're going to work on content and gameplay and stuff like that. I know what's coming soon is machinery breakdowns. That's already in the little tablet in the tent over there. If you walk into the tent and activate your tablet, it shows an area there for machinery repairs. So I'm assuming that there's going to be random breakdowns like hydraulic hoses busting and tracks coming off, the dozer or the excavator. Probably tires on the machines blowing out. Who knows? So that'll be fun. Add a bit of realism to it. I'm just wondering how they're going to do that. I'm assuming that, once the hydraulic hose on this thing busts, you can't use it anymore until you fix it. And I'm kind of guessing that you got to go over. Well, I know they sell hydraulic hoses back there in the shop in town, so it may be that you have to go buy the hose and then pay to get it fixed, possibly. But we'll see how they handle that in a future release. Alright, so there's our 100% full rock truck. This thing's a little tricky to drive. It doesn't always go where you think it's going to go. Alright, so like I said, here, this is a good view of it. Okay, so at the far right, where I'm about to back up to, is the hopper. And then from there it goes up that little conveyor belt that kind of looks like a gold dredge almost. It goes up there and then it spills over into the shaker, which is that kind of rusty white middle section. And if you have watched Gold Rush on TV, you kind of know that there's water that goes in there, and then the whole thing's shaking back and forth, and it just helps separate out the rocks and the dirt and stuff from the gold. And then any of the big pieces go down that far left sluice box. That kind of just, supposed to be like tailings or something. The big rocks go down there. Let's see. Oh yeah. Forgot what the differential lock was. Let's get that going. Alright, so you just back up in here like this. And I'll set the parking brake once I get in there so my truck won't roll back, forward. And then you just, like I'm using a gamepad, so you just down on the left stick raises the bucket or the dump bed. And you can go ahead and fill this up. I don't have to have it on right now because it'll hold. That's one bucket or one dump truck load full right there, and it's at 74%. So it'll hold a little bit more. But let's go ahead and turn the truck off and let's get everything going. First of all, let me get everything refueled. Put a little fuel here in the water pumps. So I got one water pump there, which may or may not do both of them. I can't remember. Oh no, it won't. It won't, because you have to have an out going to there, and I don't think it would reach. I mean it'll reach from where this one's at, but I've also got another line that's not hooked up. You can see it right there. It's going out to my mobile wash plant out there in the claim. So yeah, I think I have to have two. I could probably get by with one, but I think two is a little better. Alright, so let's just get these water pumps going. Alright, now we're going to come over here to our big generator, and we're going to hop up in here, and you can see on the control panel up here you got start and stop for all these things. So there's the trommel, the shaker, the conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt container, which is the hopper thing. Then you got the down here you got the duplex jig. So let's get all this going. And then the duplex jig. Okay, now all this stuff plugs in right over here on this side. So you can see it's all labeled too. Trommel, shaker, conveyor belt, all that stuff's all labeled. Then you got another, what's that? Another 4 plugs there for, like, you can do work lights or something. Okay. And let's see. Okay, all right. So you got the hopper, which is we filled up. And then you got this conveyor belt. You can see it dumping the dirt in there. Then it goes into the shaker, which you can see the water and all that. It's getting sprayed, and then the big pieces are supposedly coming off the end here. I don't know. Looks funny. And then you got this sluice box that goes down here to the trommel. And the trommel's rotating. It's got water in there too, I think. Yeah, it's got water in there. And then finally it comes out the trommel and gets caught in these mats that we didn't get much gold out of the first time. And then you got the duplex jig at the very end, which I believe is, I think it's collecting gold. It may be the 57% one's gold and the 82% is magnetite. I'm not exactly sure about that. I'll have to read up on that and see. But anyway, let's get back in our truck and we'll go get us a couple more loads and see if we can't at least get a little ways further on getting these mats full. It takes a while. I mean, it takes several truckloads before you finally, the mats will say 100%. And I don't really know how many truckloads that is. I wasn't paying attention last time to count. But I tell you, this game's a lot of fun. I think I could just about play this game all day. It's a bit repetitive at times, especially when you're using the excavator to load up this rock truck, or if you're using the mobile wash plant with the excavator. You know, it's just repetitive stuff, but it sure is a lot of fun. I can't wait for them to add some more features and like machine breakdowns and stuff. That's going to add a lot to it. And we'll see how fast we can get through this old Arnold claim, and then we'll maybe move all of our equipment over to the other side. We've got, let's see, what is it? The Rivertown? Yeah, I've got Rivertown claim rented. I don't own it, but it's rented. But you know, I'll look for them to keep adding to the game. I think there's going to be more claims. I think they could probably increase the map size some. Or maybe even have like a DLC, which basically kind of transports you to another claim, another area of Alaska. I'm not really sure. I mean, the possibilities are just about endless, is what all they could do. You know, new machinery. This is some old looking stuff that's all beat up and rusted and stuff. Now, I wonder if they're going to come out with some new equipment, brand new stuff, that maybe cost even more. I don't know. I'm not sure what their plans are. Hope they continue the game, because it's been, I don't know, it's a bit rough at the start. You know, they had some issues, some bugs to work out. I think they rushed the game release a little bit, but I think overall it was a pretty solid game. I mean, I thought it was okay. I only had a couple of issues at the beginning, but yeah, I'm hoping that they can continue on with the success they've had. Well, that was a pretty pathetic clean out. I was hoping for a bit more than that. I thought maybe they had balanced the gold output a bit more with the last update, but I guess they didn't. Maybe they'll work on that for the next update or something. I mean, what was it? We had like was it a 6-ounce cleanup? That's pretty pathetic. That's like Hoffman levels there. Yeah. Or maybe I'm just on a bad part of the claim. Let's see, where are we at here? 90%. Okay. Yeah, ordinarily on a gold claim like this, I don't think you would want to have all your stuff running without any dirt going through there. Usually on the show, and whenever they don't have any dirt, they shut it down. So in other words, that the wash plant up there was running the whole time that we were getting dirt put in the rock truck. So I don't think on the show they would normally do that. But here, I guess it's okay. And another big challenge with this game is keeping everything fueled up. You can see the big generator over there is less than half now, and those water pumps, you got to keep them things filled up with fuel. So it's a little tricky. You got to really manage everything pretty well. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the edge. I'm going to see if I can't get this truck filled up. And then we're probably going to be moving our excavator down another little bit there so we can continue on with this little shelf that I'm working on. Now it is a lot easier to load the rock truck with this front end loader, but excuse me, the only hard part is getting the front end loader filled up, and then you got to be in just the right spot to everything to go into the rock truck correctly. So in other words, you can't have the rock truck this way. You know, it's got to be going left or right. So that way you don't spill anything over the edges of the rock truck bucket or dump bed. now our rock truck is full again. Let's go dump it out up there. Well, if I can get in the truck. There we go. Alright, before we get too far along with this latest bucket of our dump truck load of dirt, let's go look at the our gold totals over here. I'll show you how slow it goes. So we've put in 2 full dump truck loads full now. We're only up to 13% on the mats. We're getting a little bit closer on whatever these buckets are down here, but still got a ways to go on the gold mats. Like I said, you got to run a bunch of dirt through there. Okay, and before we get our truck parked, or parked in the spot we were, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to move this excavator just a little bit. And that should do it. I don't want to go too far that I end up leaving a little ridge of dirt over there because I can't reach it. And let's get our rock truck back in place, or in the proper place. I think I want to kind of angle it in this time so I'm not having to back up to get out of here. So maybe I'll try something like that. See how that goes. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here today for for now, and I'll hop out so you can kind of look around again. But I think I'm just going to continue on down this level here that I've got until we get all the way down here to the end, and then there may be enough room for me to move back to this area, and I'll doze up another shelf kind of back towards the log pile right there. That should give us enough room to, you know, dig some more. And then whenever we finish that, I'll probably move over to the other side and work on that's right there in front of the dozer, that little level right there, and get all it cleaned up and into the wash plant. And then I imagine by that time we'll be ready to, you know, doze up a lot of this area and move on back to the back part of the claim, which we'll definitely need the rock truck for that. I mean, we'll need it now, but it's just, you know, too far to do much. I mean, you could hook up multiple water pumps and stuff and get a mobile wash plant going or something, but I think just since we got the tier 3 wash plant, it's time to just continue on with that. So I'm going to hop back into the excavator, and I'm going to get this truck loaded up and get it dumped in there. And when we come back next Friday with another episode here of Gold Rush, I'm hoping to have another cleanup, and we'll have to see what's in them buckets, because by then we should have the buckets full. So this is Jonathan on Gold Rush. Thanks for watching this time. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and like the video if you like what you see and want to see some more Gold Rush. And we'll see you next time, so have a good one. Thanks for watching.